Good afternoon on this rainy Colorado day, Michelle.
Good afternoon, Josh.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. You've got well, part of what we do on this podcast is talk about all the great things coming up at Mile High Church, and you've got about 25 of them. you have our Adventures in Prosperity series, and I want prosperity to be our topic today. Mm-hmm. We have our ecclesiastical graduation.
Oh, yes.
And what else?
Let's see. Those are good things to start with. Those are all in May.
Those are all in May.
Yeah, and a workshop on prosperity and a class on prosperity. So I'm the prosperity queen this month.
I think that's wonderful. And and I think May is all about prosperity. And if you're a podcast listener, an online viewer, this is that time not only where we celebrate abundance, but where you can also fill out an intention card to make a commitment to give $20 or $5 or whatever it is to Mile High Church as part of your spiritual practice each week or each month. And it's a time where we come together, and those numbers that we get committed to help us decide what kind of programs we can do here, what kind of staff, et cetera, et cetera.
And how we can support the world.
And how we can support the world, yes. Mm-hmm. And so I have a question. I want to know this personally as our leader of our financial wellness ministry here. So we talk about abundance here, Michelle. We talk about infinite abundance. I am infinitely abundant. God is my source. And, we're supposed to open up to all of that abundance coming in. But for some of us as well, there is how do we make that congruent with, keeping a savings account, with cutting expenses, with creating a budget and living within our means. And so maybe that's a way to address it, is how do we accept our infinite abundance while living within our own limitations or our own means?
It's a great question. Dr. Fred Vogt, who is our lead minister here for many years until 1999, used to tell a story about a person who came to our church and loved our positive take on abundance and how we were so rah, 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 you can have anything you want. And this lady went out on a Sunday and went over to one of the car dealerships on Colfax and bought herself a brand new Cadillac. And then when the payment came due the next month, she didn't have the money to pay it. And she drove that Cadillac back here to the church. And she was pretty angry about, I bought the Cadillac, I said yes to it, I've got the payment book ready, but the money didn't show up. What's wrong with your teaching? And so we can be kind of rah-rah about that kind of thing. And I think you're talking about what's the middle ground, or what is the strength and the powerful way to be very positive and uplifting and know that God is my source and that I'm in the flow, but at the same time deal with the real world things we have to deal with every day, such as saving for our future, for retirement, for our kids' college, or for the things we want to save for, as well as budgeting in a way that works and being a good steward. So that's where it starts for me. It's motivation. It's motivation, being willing to say, I want to be a good steward of that which comes to me. And I'm open to the many, many ways. There are so many channels of good that can come my way. And I'm open to the many ways that good comes to me. We have to do this for our church. We have to do this in our individual life. And then I am a good steward, and I pay attention to what's important to me as I spend money. I'm somebody who doesn't believe in saving for a rainy day. I know that most financial planners say you should have, 6 to 8 months of savings in case you lose your job and an emergency were to happen. It's not that I don't have that. It's just I would never call it that. To me, it's intentional savings. So a long time ago, I discovered that I could open little bank accounts for different things. So I've got my saving for vacation account. I've got my saving for if I ever want to take 6 weeks off or need to take 6 weeks off and don't get paid for it account. I don't like to look at it like I'm saving in case the world ends or the bottom falls out or, I get fired or whatever, all those dramatic things. But it's, to me, a good practice to still save. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, and there's something prayerful and intentional about those unique savings accounts. I love that. And, part of what I'm hearing you say is, go for your dreams, but be responsible.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I remember having a conversation with a congregant, Jeff Stevens. He wouldn't mind me saying his name, and he was taking one of our basic classes. And, something that he read was about, there's an infinite amount of money in the universe. And it also said things like there's an infinite amount of fish in the sea. Yeah. And he came up to me and he said, you know what? I don't know if that's true. And I want people to be good conservationists and to recognize, actually, if we keep behaving this way, there's a very limited amount of fish in the sea.
Yeah.
And I thought that was an interesting, take to, know the abundance, to know what we want, but also to be responsible. I think part of abundance, as I see you practice in your life in so many ways, is about helping other people, right? And sharing the wealth too. But I love that idea about, saving, not just to save out of fear, but to save by investing in our long-term intentions.
And it has the same thing with spending. When you talk about spending, sometimes we can catch ourselves spending for things that don't really serve us in the long run. Like if and one thing we have people do sometimes in abundance classes is take a look at your receipts in your wallet, or look at your checkbook, or go back and look at your bank account and see what is the percentage of money that you're spending on things that don't really serve you, like all those drinks in that bar. Did you really need all of them, or maybe was one going to serve you? Oh, you're smiling.
You're really looking at me while you're saying that. And now I'm questioning.
Didn't mean to get so personal, Josh. And evaluating those things from that standpoint of what really benefits my life. Like, it's not horrible to go out and have drinks with friends and do things like that, but what's my motivation? Am I buying things so that I can fill some emptiness in me? Am I shopping at QVC Network late at night because I'm so alone? And yeah, sure, you have the freedom to spend that money, but what are you really accomplishing when you're spending that money? So looking at our motivation for saving, spending, and giving, our motivation is everything in my mind.
I love that. Well, you've got a whole class you're writing here, and I've struggled with that. Growing up with in a family without a lot of money. However, when we got money, it gave us a sense of self-worth, so we would spend it. So we wouldn't be able to afford the rent, perhaps, but we would be going to Olive Garden or renting a bunch of VHS tapes or whatever it was. And I can still find that today. I still struggle to buy things for myself that I might need, but I get paid. Let's go out to dinner. Whatever it may be, and most of the time it's fun, but sometimes I have to stop and check and say, are you doing this because it's a self-worth issue, when you should be putting some of this in your vacation account or in the Josh's new shirt account or whatever it may be, and really looking at that motivation, like you said, I think is a brilliant way to go about it.
Very important.
So if people want to learn more about what you're talking to, tune in to this incredible 3-week series. I believe it's called Joyful Abundance.
It is. We really felt like people are just way too serious. And we're not going to talk about money the whole time. Money is certainly a part of it, but abundance is about all of the resources that make our life better. It's about time. It's about energy. It's about love and friendship, career opportunities. And it also includes money. I think as spiritual leaders, we have a responsibility to help people find balance with all of that, including finances.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to listening. I'm sure listeners, you do too. And thanks for your time, Michelle. Looking forward to a great May, and hope there's some rest and respite in the middle of all the fullness for you.
It's going to be fun. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.